Good evening and welcome to Sunday Night Football here on the Sports Insanity Network, brought to you by the one and only The Dugout of Millwood. I am Mark Oldovsky Halpern. Along with me is President Lawrence Patchman Lang. How are you tonight?
You know what? We're doing good. Did you know why?
Why?
Because people thinking the Giants are going to win 10 games this year slowly continue to be wrong. No offense to the resident Giants fans here on the Sports Insanity Network and to any Giants fan out there. Listen, before we get to San Francisco and Dallas, or Dallas and San Francisco, however you want to match it around in the sports world, 3 resident Giants fans here on the network, when the schedule came out, decided to predict their win and loss outcome record. And Bill Corpus Crispy Murphy, the lovely Allison Weiner, and Jeff Knapp all said 10 plus wins for the New York Giants and had them, I think, at maybe 5 weeks into the season. Some of them had them at 3-2, 4-1, or 3-4, maybe. I think that might have been Allison or whatever. Not 3-4, 2-3. And hey, the Giants got to come back and win against the Cardinals. Barely. Think about it. The Giants should be 0-5 right now. You know what that means? It takes another 5 weeks to get to 500, and then you got to win another 5 in a row to get to that 10 plus margin. That ain't happening. That's not. Daniel Jones has a neck injury. Saquon Barkley's hurt.
But I did say
What did Sir Eric Ford?
We'll get Eric might be in and out on us for
I
a few
did
minutes.
say that the Giants was going to be in last place.
Look, Daniel Jones is the worst quarterback in football. Zach Wilson is better.
I wouldn't say Daniel Jones is the worst quarterback in the NFL.
Name me one better. Josh Dobbs plays better than Daniel Jones.
I mean, hey, we got an appearance in Indy today from another Gander Minshew, right?
Justin Fields is better than Daniel Jones.
Hey, listen, those Bears
Jordan Love is better.
Well, we know
those
Jordan
Bears
Love is
won it for Buckus, yes.
Bears won it for Buckus. But yes, I am elated right now. No offense to my father, too, who is a Giants fan, Parent Patchy. But watching the Giants crumble, it's a beautiful sight. And hey, shout out to the Jets winning a game today.
And a game that we predicted them to win.
So I was literally saying.
I love how every time Eric Ford goes to say.
For those of you, Eric is still working with his connection issue. He'll be live with us in a few moments, but he has to be elated about the other team in New York. The New York Jets make the pun master and the Oldovs guy look absolutely like geniuses this morning and pull off a win that was not just beautiful, but the way it ended was even better. Even though Russell Wilson brought them within grasp, we then saw the biggest faux pas of the Russell Wilson era. I'm sorry, yes, this goes back to worse than the idea to pass it in the Super Bowl. Russell Wilson cost the Denver Broncos that game today. However, we did predict the Jets to win today, and the Jets became victorious. Eric, if you can hear me, what did you think about the Jets?
Am I still cutting out?
A little bit every now and then, but I got you.
So I was talking to my friend again. Shout out to my boy Ben Murphy. I said his name out loud too. I said his own name. That was stupid of me.
Ben, if you're a 00 agent, we're sorry.
We could never a pretty win. Like, don't get me wrong. I am glad we won. I am really happy we won. But I was literally saying, like, we can't have just a good, pretty win. You know, if all those field goals, if we would have gotten
as
at
Eric was
least
trying,
one of those would have been touchdown, this game would have been done so.
absolutely. And now you have to look at this AFC East, and obviously you have the Bills and the Dolphins, leading the way, but the Jets are not going to go quiet into that good night. They're still fighting that team, most of it being on the defense, but
they won't.
But I think the Jets are a quarterback away from being competitive, and leave it to MetLife Stadium to injure a $50 million player 4 plays into the game.
Hey, future Hall of Famer, don't forget.
Yes. But 4 plays into the Jets season, it was basically over.
But the fact that you see, I gotta disagree with you, Mark. I gotta disagree with you, Odaps, man, because the old Jets would have given up. It's like, oh, well, that's another one. Another one bites the dust. We suck. With an exception, besides the Cowboys, every game I've seen, we showed resilience. We've showed that we don't give up too easily. This is a different team.
Exactly. I mean, you have a young quarterback who's really been given a lifeline here with the injury to Aaron Rodgers. And all he is doing is playing for his status. Patch, do you agree on that?
What was the question again?
That Zach Wilson is playing for his status more than anything.
It's hard to say that because I think he wasn't expecting to be thrown in this season at all. Maybe like a week 16, week 17, if the Jets have wrapped up a playoff berth, or they won the division, or they're maybe they somehow got the number 1 seed in the AFC. Okay, maybe we see a Zach Wilson appearance, or if the Jets are running up the score, we see Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson is not flying by the seat of his pants, but he's trying to elevate himself each game to prove that, hey, I want to be the quarterback after Rodgers rides off into the sunset. And he's shown improvement. He's like Eric said, the Jets are showing resiliency, and Zach Wilson's taking actually accountability when he makes a bad play. He's not, blaming it on something else. He's showing maturity and showing that he's willing to take action for what he did. Look at the Bills this morning. The Bills lost. The last cut scene it showed before the game ended was Josh Allen, and you see him say to himself, my bad, or my fault. It was my fault. Josh Allen owned up to saying that he was part of him, the reason why the Bills lost that game. Granted, other factors factored into the Bills losing today in London against Jacksonville. We can talk about that later. But Zach Wilson is taking accountability this year but he's taking accountability for when the Jets are performing poor, especially on the offense. If he makes a bad pass, he knows it's his fault.
It shows his maturity.
Yes. We're off in San Fran.
So now the boys have to sit and endure the Dallas Cowboy banter. We have Dallas winning the toss and electing to kick, and steps up Brock friggin' Purdy, who's done a pretty nice job. And I'm sure this isn't the first time any of you all heard that stupid statement.
I mean, I was going to say something else, but I think this is a PG show, right?
No. We are NSFW tonight.
So I could say it?
You may.
Big cock Brock.
There you go. See, it's good to know that the first fucking curse word came from Eric, not me.
What?
Welcome back, Eric. We have to put you in the spotlight. There goes Eric's political hopes and futures that Eric has now cursed on Zoom.
I'm too good.
Oh, face mask.
Yeah, just slightly.
Good for them anyway.
Can't do that.
This is going to be a very, very aggressive, very, very dirty game. This is going to be a hard-fought match, and it's going to be won by the offensive lines. And there's a man, look, as much of a Dallas fan as I am, this is a kid who's having a very good start to the year, Brandon Ayuk.
You were sounding a little bit like Chris Collinsworth there.
Now here's a guy who's having a good start.
Here's a guy.
Oh man, I'm gonna get a meme made about me on SIN for that, aren't I?
We can arrange that.
I'm pretty sure Bill has probably the most memes.
Listen, Bill still. I will say I have memed Bill a few times, especially last year when the Giants made the playoffs. He sent me a selfie, and then when the Giants lost, I put the Giants are 0-1 since this photo has been taken. And ironically enough, ever since that photo has been taken, the Giants are 1-6 since this photo has been taken. So
look. The Giants' failures comes nothing more than the job they did in to sign the one player they needed to sign long term. And that was Saquon Barkley. And they chose to go with Daniel Jones when they could have had their pick of players at the time. Playing way too far off, giving them 10 yards. Come on.
I think the thing is with the Giants is that, excuse me, I am drinking. The thing is with the Giants, they wanted to literally try to repeat.
No, it's incomplete.
They wanted to try to repeat themselves to win a championship. And it doesn't work that way, which is why, you see Saquon Barkley, his prime is done. I hate to say it. It's not looking good for homeboy.
Well, also,
sorry, Pat, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut off Eric. I just want to say when you come off a ACL tear, it's quite hard to get back to your prime.
That
Exactly.
And also for the Giants
for the Giants to lose a big part of their offense in Saquon and to have no production out of wide receivers and the offensive line giving up 10 sacks 2 weeks ago to the Seattle Seahawks and then 7.5 sacks today. I mean, can you say that it's Brian Dable's fault? Or where's the fault lie here right now?
I mean, it falls in the OC, it falls in Dable, the O-line themselves for them collapsing.
I think it's a lot of it, I still like. I still think they're still feeling the effects of the last GM, because honestly, the last guy ruined them.
Oh, I don't disagree with you. I do not disagree with you at all. At all.
Because they literally ruined Saquon's best years. Like
Absolutely, they did.
He should have been on another team, but they were still trying to make it work with old Eli Manning and thinking that was going to do it. It's really sad and pathetic. Like, the Giants should have knew when to rebuild, but they knew that fan base would not have it. And now they kind of don't have a choice. It's just kind of like how the Yankees are. They don't want to rebuild, but yet we're kind of in this position. We don't have a choice. We need to rebuild in order to be better. Like, come on.
Well, George Kittle just invaded the Dallas defense like many a dictator in their life did in other countries. And Dallas is now down 7-0 on a Purdy to Kittle 20-yard touchdown.
So how Hitler did Germany and Stalin did everywhere else.
Just pick every country around there, the
U.S. invading just the U.S.
I was about to say, what the hell did we invade since Mexico? And we didn't even really invade there. I was just making we don't invade. We go and fight.
We don't invade. We just antagonize.
Well, as put by me this morning during and I kind of made our counterpart, Mike the Pun Master Rifkin, almost fall out of his seat, was that we were starting to talk about the London game. And getting into it a little bit, and Mike was talking about the stuff that happened in the game. And I said, you want to know what? The London games are good. However, the United States has the absolute audacity to make these England-born people listen to the United States national anthem, which is basically a song on how we kicked their ass and sent them home. The audacity.
I still think that is so
take a line
beautiful.
Right out of Eric's word, the right term of the word audacity. That is a big brother word.
Audacity.
Yes, that is a big brother word.
Hey, listen, we're just good at showing people how the sun comes out sometimes.
Let me tell you what's going on in the world right now. And I am speaking on a different part, what's going on in Gaza, as what I am and who I am. My heart goes out to anybody who's affected, anybody who is there. Get home safely. May you be all protected. I absolutely think that one person in this world, and I don't get political, but since I'm sponsoring the show, I'm going to for a few seconds. One person in this world is trying to take the focus off of there and put it on himself by making and asking for a ceasefire to help deal with what's going on in Gaza. Nice way to try to throw a blanket away. Sorry. Not you. Putin. Yes, I said it. Now every Russian's going to come kill me.
Nah, you're fine. You're safe.
But no, our hearts are out. Our thoughts are out to everybody who's affected all over the world. Now getting back to football. Dallas has to come out and answer here. Doesn't have to be a one-play drive and a score. They got to eat up a little bit of clock. See a lot. I mean, a lot of history that comes through this team. And if you're watching Sunday Night Football, I have that Sports Illustrated still in my collection, and signed by Steve Young and Troy Aikman. But that being said, the history between these two teams is nothing but legendary. from everything from the catch back to last season, San Francisco knocking Dallas out yet again. These are two of the best teams in football, and it's either going to be a run over game in which we're going to see 56-52, or we're going to see one score each, and then the defenses are going to show up.
I wouldn't mind either or.
I mean, for my fantasy team, it would be good on one side. I have the Dallas defense, so it's already not boding well there.
I mean, having Brock Purdy on my team helps a little bit. Helps me cut into my deficit against the pun master.
Eric, what do you think Dallas has to do? I want to hear what Big Brother has to think about Dallas.
Dallas, defensive. You have a guy, right, who's a beast of a defensive tackle in Micah Parsons. That's not going to do much for you. The key, like this team is an offensive team, and you have Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. So it's going to be a tough matchup. What they have to do is simply defense needs to be on fire. They need to stop Deebo, stop Kittle, which again,
oh, come on. The hell type of throw was that?
It's a lot easier said than done.
So if you couldn't tell by my friggin' reaction.
Offensively, don't make any mistakes. Yeah. My TV's late, as always.
No, it's fine. Dallas goes 3 and out. One fact is what I've always hated about the Dallas mentality. Run on first down. If you can't get more than 3 yards, you got to pass. You got to work the run in to get to the pass. And I've said this every year for the last 30. Nice coverage. Who was that? Very nice by Godwin. All right. 7-0. I can take this. It's okay. It's okay.
For now.
For now.
For now.
We're getting the Star Wars scotch. That's next.
It's a trap.
Wrong. Yes. What is this? The Marvels? Yep. I'm sorry. If Samuel L. Jackson had a fragrance called I'd Be Cooled MF, I'd wear it. I'm sorry.
It has to be called MF.
Has to be called MF. I'd wear it.
I would wear it too.
You don't have to throw every F-bomb that comes our way, but you know, I try to be a little,
What's that smell? It's
it's cool, mother.
See, but see, the problem is we could wear it. It would be good, probably smell good. We couldn't pull off the bravado like that. We have to earn to wear it.
That has to be like an SNL skit now.
Well, we had the famous cork sucker.
I mean, the Chappelle Show kind of did something like that. So
we've had cork suckers. We've had Sofa King. And we've had Dan Aykroyd in leather pants with Britney Spears in the room. So, I mean, I guess those 3 are the norms. But look at what else went on today in the wonderful world of the NFL. I mean, there was a lot of great games today, but one of the more surprising games from today was Pittsburgh-Baltimore. I don't think anyone outside of Pittsburgh was betting on them. However, the Pittsburgh Steelers showed up today, beating the heavily favored Baltimore Ravens by a score of 17-10. Kenny Pickett led the way today and really showed his versatility a little bit. Patch?
What?
Oh, wow. This is going to be an interesting night. Kenny Pickett and the Steelers. What do you think?
Hey. Just shows that Mike Tolman can turn chicken caca into chicken salad once in a while.
Someone hit him.
That was funny. I don't care. I know you're watching the game too. So the way I try to make that joke, you're like, someone hit him. Oh, that was
As
funny.
for all you don't realize, this is a little bit off key for the Sports Insanity Network, as this is the three of us using time to just have more fun and a laid back than a more serious talk like we do in the morning. So please, we are professionals, but we are once in a while allowed to joke and kid around.
Listen, I'm the most laid back president.
Oh, they got him. No, they don't got him.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
Yes, that's basically from Rookie of the Year. As he's standing there waiting for the pitch. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, we have another jersey on the way, which we will be getting to you to show you all very soon. The 101 will be coming with you for a special episode on autographs received from one of the best companies in America, Hat Trick Breaks out in Iowa, Wisconsin area. God, Joe's going to kill me for fucking that up. Joe Knapp has come through and not only gotten me Henry, Rowan Gardner, Ian Michael Timeless, Patrick Renna, Hamilton, the Babe Porter is on his way with the jersey signed. You're killing me, Smalls, to be on the wall. Very excited for that. And
I bet you are.
And now Dallas forces a 3-and-out and gets the ball back unless they fake punt it here, and I'll be pissed if I'm right. And it succeeds. I think he lost the ball. Jalen, stop it. Eric, move to your left. Okay, he blinked. He's still there. Wasn't sure. Making sure you're still there, big bro. There he is. So how's life, Eric? What's going on in the big brother world? We haven't had you on in a while.
What is going on? Nothing really, man. Hold on one second.
Eric is loading something, so he'll be right back. Another game in football that we didn't have to worry about or talk about was the Green Bay Packers. I wonder why.
Because we don't play till tomorrow against the Raiders.
Why don't we preview that game a little bit, Patch?
I mean, looking at the Packers, could be better, could be worse.
Could be better, could be worse. That's a Bill answer.
Listen, I am taking each game with the Packers by week. Listen, look at me the last, granted, I came in, as a Packer fan towards the end of Brett Favre, and I've had Aaron Rodgers ever since. So about 15 years of greatness.
You're finally starting to taste those sour lemons a little bit.
No, I'm not tasting those sour lemons. It'd be different if Jordan Love was like I would say two. If if he was 3 or 4 years into being the starting quarterback. This season, Packer fans know it. It's either going to be really good, really bad, or it's going to be 500 football. And we're fine with that. We know we can be playing better, but we're dealing with rookies. We're dealing with a very young team that's going to take time to build and mesh together.
This is how you make an excuse, ladies and gentlemen. Keep listening.
It's really funny not winning a Super Bowl since the 90s. So we can throw that in there. We could talk about going one and done in the playoffs most of the times in the past few years with all your
nice
teams.
retort.
Granted, you and me are both Knicks fans, but then again, we disagree on everything else. So that's
pretty much.
But hey, remember highest payroll in baseball too, and you guys didn't do so well. So, but back to the Packers.
Yeah, Nationals boy, go ahead.
It's all right for the Packers to struggle this year. It's fine. You know what? Coming from a Packers fan, I'm all right if the Lions do well this year. The Bears are the Bears. The Bears are going to be the abysmal of the NFC North for years to come until they pull their heads out of their asses. And watching the Vikings suffer is hilarious because the Vikings are supposed to be good. We know the Lions are good. It's okay if the Lions beat us. It's all right. Right now,
sorry, go ahead, Patrick.
This year, it's about developing Jordan Love into the starting quarterback. If it takes 2 seasons, I'm all right with that. It's not going to break my heart.
I don't know if the term breaking your heart would be the right answer.
No, what? It's not going to be as bad as other teams because Jordan Love is good. It's just he has to develop himself. He's not Brett Favre. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He has to become Jordan Love. And as long as, LaFleur's there to support him, he has an O-line to protect him, unlike the Dallas Cowboys right now, their O-line. It's going to be...
Jimmy Bosa is just that good, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, yes, we know Bosa's good too. But it's going to be all right for the Packers. If you know what? We should beat the Raiders tomorrow. And we're going to take it game by game this year. And probably next season too. It's all right.
The Green Bay Packers... came out with a couple impressive wins. I think the breakdown against Atlanta was probably the biggest, deepest puncture wound of the season for them.
So far, yes.
There is definitely a changing in the guard in the NFC North as the Detroit Lions just look unstoppable. Whether it's on offense or scoring on them on defense, they look that good this year. Jared Goff has got him playing well, but I can't stand this freaking commercial. I'm sorry. This ever happened while I'm out playing golf? Yeah, I'm turning and just leaving. There is no way SIN approves of that commercial. And even with the acronym SIN.
I deny
it. To cut a long story short, the Packers should beat the Raiders tomorrow. As the Raiders are really a shell of the team they were before the season began. And tomorrow is yet again another homecoming for wide receiver Devontae Adams. And you already know how frustrated he is because of his comments from 2 weeks ago saying, I don't have my whole career, basically saying, I don't want to say word for word, basically he doesn't have his whole career to wait around to go back to greatness.
Well, he should have thought that through a couple seasons ago when he decided to leave for Las Vegas and thinking Derek Carr was the answer. So that's the only thing. as the old saying goes, sometimes karma comes around. No offense to Devontae Adams, but sometimes karma comes around.
But there was a lot of talk, and I'll even go back to that for a few seconds, that when we were talking about when we saw that Devontae Adams left, we all thought the fix was in for Aaron Rodgers to go to Las Vegas. Well, what is now Las Vegas? At that time, it was Oakland or Los Angeles. Who even knows anymore? And now, like you said, karma has come around. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers doesn't go to the Raiders. If Devontae Adams would have stayed, let's say he signs a 2-year deal, he would have been right in New York without Aaron Rodgers all over again. And have Zach Wilson to throw for him. That's what he's got to think about right now.
But I think Zach Wilson and Devontae Adams would have been a good number one for Wilson. Because Wilson would actually had someone to throw to that, could be open and he would have a chance. And the Jets might be 4-1 right now.
Wilson and Wilson? Oh, man. Wait. Adams and Wilson? Oh, that's a...
Hit him!
As Old Ops guy gets angry.
That's all I want. Yes, Old Ops guy getting a little elated because Dallas is still losing 7-0. This is the ability of Micah Parsons, and anybody who's a football fan has to I was about to say they're calling out Micah Parsons, and I was starting to say Javon Curse, but then they're saying Parsons. No, it was Javon Curse who got in and applied the pressure to Brock Purdy. So it wasn't Parsons, but Parsons' versatility, if you've been watching football, he's the only player capable in football right now to be able to play linebacker, defensive end, and defensive tackle at the same time.
Every and Deebo Samuel are such a great 1-2.
Deebo Samuel should have been a Jet.
That's one of the things they're really concerned about with this.
Should have been traded 2 years ago to the Jets.
We keep saying we're a really good tackle.
Nah, he got it.
We have to prove it. These guys are hard to get on the ground.
So yet again, San Francisco converts another 3rd down, and again, it's 1st and 10 San Francisco. No, you may not leave. Sit there.
I'm just saying 1st down.
Oh. I thought you were trying to pull the Eric Cartman. Excuse me, guys. I get it.
Excuse me, guys. I'm going to the bed behind me.
Shout out to South Park. Not a sponsor. Neither is Comedy Central.
Neither is Paramount.
Basically, we should just come on and just say nobody is a sponsor but the dugout. If no one, this frees us up from any liability of whoopsie during live arguments. Can we just put that on the beginning of every episode? Would that be legal?
I don't know if that's legal. That's a youth thing. You're my legal guy.
It is. I know my good friend is watching because I'm making him watch for another 7 minutes. Casey, I need that looked into. Yes, that's my attorney. So if he's watching, I'll get a text in 2 minutes saying that's going to cost me $100, but okay.
Then you got to put that game plan together.
Batted down. Good pressure. Well, go ahead, Chauncey.
Be ready for Sunday.
3rd and 5. Let me tell you something. I've had my fair share being by sports equipment. But I have to admit, knocking down a football does not hurt as much as getting beamed with a baseball. At least I could see a baseball coming. That's how you know Patchman was not even tuned in.
Sorry, I was reading a post from a friend.
Good D.
But there's a yellow thing.
On. Yeah, he is. Damn. Stupid shit like this. This San Francisco offense is good. I'm not going to say it's not. They're playing well right now. Mind you, it's still the first quarter, but look at the way they can run the ball and look at the time Purdy has to throw it. And this is coming from one of the best defenses in football with the pressure.
Also, like that O line is ain't no joke. That O line is probably one of the best in the NFL.
Definitely proving it tonight. Oh, nice play. No, that's not Trey Sermon. Jesus. He's just that good. He doesn't get him. It's a first down. He doesn't get a hand on him. It's a first down. He also looks exhausted right now.
That's what you want out of Micah Parsons. You want to cut him loose. You want to give him an opportunity to make those splash plays. I think the 49ers.
This is just sad. Fucking Judge is getting a first down.
It's nice. It's a nice rollout.
It's a simple friggin' play, but the number one, it's a safeties. It's Javon Curse's only target on that side. Should have been over there. Should not have been a reception. Or at least the gainage of what it was.
He gets out in space as well. That was close on the tail end to it of the penalties as well.
Oh. I will say, I think we get Bailey Zappi as the starter soon. On a completely different note.
Well, talking about obviously the turf. Yeah, well, the two worst losses we've lost Eric Ford. He'll be back soon.
Hopefully.
The two worst losses for head coach Bill Belichick are just happened, and we just witnessed it in the last 2 weeks. Being destroyed by Dallas last week and being shut out today
By the Saints.
by the Saints. Mac Jones has just proven 1 year was a fluke. Dallas is lucky there. It's just, I want to see how close this was. It's a nice route. It was behind it. If that ball is led, he's off for a lot more yards.
He's up to the end zone for 6.
Possibly. Because that was he had a perfect beat on Stephon Gilmore. And if that ball is put out in front of him, he's got room. That was high, Jesus. And it's not like Purdy doesn't have the time right now. He's just it's like he's overthinking. And that's, still, the kid has only been in the league 1 year.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yep. I mean, ball was high. It was not catchable. It could have been caught, but it was not a catchable pass.
Bland. He had to take over George
Well,
Lewis.
at this point,
Lewis had the bad foot. Then all of a sudden,
you got to pull out your linebackers here. Dallas called it. Good defensive call by Dan Quinn. They didn't fall for it, and they were in there.
Dan Quinn actually doing something good for once.
Hey. Dan Quinn had one bad game. Leave Dan alone. Don't make me bring out the old Britney video from 25 years ago and say leave Dan alone.
I will leave Danny Boy Reginald alone. I won't leave Dan Quinn alone.
Danny Boy Reginald, our vice president, hanging out with Mama and Papa Ryan's today. So hopefully your day was fun, and we all hope.
I think it was good. I think he's happy that the Jets won a game.
Yeah, and I hope they got to watch it together. I know. Dad and him talk a lot about the Jets, and we know how passionate Dan is about the Jets.
Yes, he is.
So shout out to Danny Boy Reginald. Hopefully he's having a fun night.
Danny Boy.
Eric was having connection problems, so we do not know if we'll have Mr. Ford back tonight, but we will hopefully see him soon. It's nice to have him pop in.
It's always a good day when Sir Ford comes in.
Yes. There will be a time soon where SIN will be getting together and we'll be going live to give away Patch's Wrestling Collection.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
I just wanted to see if he was paying attention. That's all.
We can give away all that. We can give away of all of Old Ops guys is signed Dallas Cowboys memorabilia and then donate.
Fine, I'll keep the Babe Ruth. I'll keep my Babe Ruth. Go, Tony.
For now, you're keeping the Babe Ruth. That's worth some money.
Yes. Oh my God, I didn't even see the ball. Where's the ball?
Oh no, I'm waiting
It's
for a
in the middle.
replay.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, what a punch.
Great play by Fred Warner. Now, where is it? It's not out of bounds. Oh my God, that's San Francisco's ball if I have to make a judgment call without close-up review.
Oh.
There I can't tell you because I don't know if Fred Warner touches the ball when he's out of bounds. If he touches the ball while he's out of bounds, the ball's dead. If I'm making a spot call looking at that angle, it's San Francisco's ball. That's as being a football fan and judging the call. Me hoping there's an angle where a San Francisco 49er touched it while they were going out of bounds. Shit. But what a play by absolute Pro Bowl star Fred Warner.
Hey, how's it going?
That was some defensive play, you damn asshole.
What's the Steven named after? Steven is from Navy Federal Credit Union.
Hey, that's why you hold the ball closer to your body so it doesn't get punched out.
You got it. This is not Tony Pollard's first year. He knows this. This call will be very crucial into the first half of this game. From the angle and everything, because we cannot see it from the other side, and maybe they'll show us one when we come back. If Fred Warner was out of bounds and touched the ball becomes dead and it would become Dallas's ball. But I don't know if it actually touched him. You really, really, really want to. Sorry. Commercial. I know your name of your product is that, but you don't have to depict people doing what the first three letters of your word are.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infection or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or planted.
Unbelievable. God. If this becomes San Francisco ball, the Dallas Cowboys have to do their best to stop it for 3 at the worst. That could happen. Excuse me, it's the only restaurant where dipping fries in your milkshake is allowed.
Joe,
Wendy's, yes.
love Wendy's.
See, Wendy's has some good assortments. That's not, but that spicy chicken sandwich, anytime, baby.
That the not a sponsor, Wendy's. The chicken pub sandwich with the beer cheese and the bacon and the onion straws.
San Francisco's ball.
Oh,
Here's going to be the better angle of what we needed to look at. The ball goes by him, does not touch him, recovered by San Francisco cleanly. It goes literally. Gets his legs out of the way. I can't see who 49 is. And that's what saves it. 48, sorry.
Good, as you will see. That is an overhand right that George Foreman would have been proud of right there.
All right, so here we go. Not even the end of the first quarter, and this is starting to remind me of the 94 wild card game. The 94 NFC Championship game in which San Francisco opened up the game early.
So far, Kyle Shanahan.
However, at this point, it was already 21-0. So right now, hopes are still at 7.
Cowboys still relishing in the past, even when they're sucking.
You never know which way that's going to go.
That's not technically dropping an F-bomb.
No, it's just it's just you stretching your fingers to be nice.
Yeah, for all of us, for all the people who grew up during the 90s, you'll understand this. Trust me, if one thing in my business I've learned to do, and that's being in the baseball cards business, that's learn to curse and put somebody down in a lot of languages. You get a lot, you learn a lot in the baseball card industry.
See, it's more funny that people don't know is that when Mark thinks he has a one-upmanship on me, I always just find a way just to give one right back to him and still be ahead of the game.
Yeah, you dumpster diver.
Hey, listen.
And that wasn't meaning Patch is a dirty dumpster diver. That's a inside joke.
It's the alter ego of myself.
Yes, and now he has little ones already. He's growing up so fast.
Was that confirmed or denied? I thought he was engaged.
Yeah, there has to be a reason for him being engaged. I don't think this was willing. Mind you, we will not be using any names for anything. This is a private little conversation.
If you know, you know.
Exactly. Still the best 2 years of my 2 years of my life. Wouldn't trade those 2 years for anything.
Even though it almost killed you.
Technically true. Technically true. Oh, so that's how Devontae Adams gets all that speed and running. He has gas power from Taco Bell.
Yo, Taco Bell, not a sponsor.
Yes.
Has some good stuff too.
I'm sorry, no. No offense to Taco Bell, not a sponsor.
Yo,
try a nice copy on the Richie Rich movie from Macaulay Culkin, but putting a fast food place in his house.
Yo, listen, Doritos Locos Taco, really good. The wings that they had for a brief moment, really good. The nacho fries, really good.
Give me not a sponsor Burger King's chicken fries over their nacho fries.
Burger King, good chicken sandwich. I'm not a big fan of the chicken fries, but I will have them.
However, you know where I want to be right now that I can't be?
At the football game?
At a Chili's. Could go for some good ribs.
That jalapeno sausage, jalapeno cheddar
Oh,
sausage.
yes.
They don't have them anymore, but the loaded boneless that they had for a while. Oh,
And then obviously Chili's not a sponsor too. Also, Buffalo Wild Wings not a sponsor. Good beer and wings.
I mean, not a sponsor, but they are a proud giver of the
Another freeze moment. I would think
another sponsor, actually. If I can get to focus.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
The championship ring. The new championship ring now will be.
It's Dallas's ball. What the heck? 2 unbelievable turnovers.
Who fumbled?
That you can now it's McCaffrey, which is something you don't see often. Where's the ball?
Was the knee down?
No, ball's out. Jordan Lewis makes a heads-up play. It's a fumble. If you look, Collinsworth actually says something smart for once. McCaffrey's body never touches the ground before Jordan Lewis rips the ball out. What a play by Jordan Lewis. This is going to be reviewed, obviously.
Absolutely. Couldn't said it better myself. Wait a minute. Let's just stop this time right here. Well, what's interesting is you think back to last week, we were talking about this getting ready.
Now we have to wait for the official call because it's going to be reviewed because all turnovers are reviewable. This is again, I'm liking Collinsworth here. This is the Dak Prescott moment. No, this is to pray you don't get a safety moment.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, right? You asshole. All right. Where is it?
Where is it?
Out of bounds. Thank God. That ball was just a rainbow. Was his arm hit when he threw that? Pollard picks up right there. No, that was just a horribly thrown ball. Now you're 2nd and 10 from your own end zone. Bought a little room. So what literally should have been a ball thrown over any normal person's head, Michael Gallup makes a hell of a jumping catch to make it a possible 3rd and 2. Yeah, we are only going to be doing the first half here tonight because I have woken my kids up now 4 times. So we'll be doing just the first half tonight. Get rid of it.
I think you actually been really well tonight. You really haven't been yelling at the television. See, in that situation, you throw it away, Dak.
Thank you.
Don't be like Josh Allen trying to make a play happen. No offense to Josh Allen.
Forget it. At that point, he's done. Throw it away. I mean, again, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 5-second punt. Good.
All right, at midfield.
Yard punt. 5 seconds gave enough time for that special teams to get down there. It was a nice return. Unbelievable. Again, this isn't the San Francisco offense beating the Dallas defense. This is the San Francisco defense beating the Dallas offense. Fred Warner has to be down for Defensive Player of the Year, just like Micah Parsons. I'm sorry. I mean, oh my Lord.
Oh, flea flicker. Fans, we might be out of here before halftime.
No, I'm not a fair weather fan. I said I'm staying for the first half. I'm staying for the first half.
And then he
I
said,
am not a bandwagon fan. I have been a Dallas fan for 39 years.
which is all his life for those fans out there.
Excuse me, I was 6. I was corrupted at 6 years old.
Hey, well, I was making you young.
I'm laughing, aren't I? I'm smiling. Look, there is no contest right now. This is a shellacking by San Francisco. However, that being said, this was a brilliantly drawn up play, and it's nothing that we haven't seen before in football. It was beautifully executed. It did exactly what it was meant to do. And they took a shot. Why not? Hats off to the San Francisco offensive coordinator on that. And speaking of Chili's, how goes to Chili's gets a cheeseburger and fries? Chili's not a sponsor. So, Patch, we've been talking about you, and we're gonna bring you into the light, because I know I have a couple of guys who love to hand out sponsorships to non-major sports stars. Now, not to say bowling isn't a major sport, but where are you? Are you ready to go pro?
No, we are not ready to go pro yet. I got to get back in shape.
Let's have a little bit of fun, because I can, since it's my show right now. How many 300 games do you have?
13.
13. Now, how many Pro Bowlers throw a perfect game within a season?
That varies. Are we talking them on tour, or are we talking like
On
league
tour?
stand?
On tour.
I mean, that varies. That varies. Depends on, what type of shot's been put out, the oil pattern, if you're making the right ball choices, the right moves, the right adjustments. I mean, if the PBA tour, but it's a lot different than, your typical bowling league, where you're, as we say in the bowling world, if you're bowling on China and you put the ball down the lane, the ball can practically come back to the pocket and you strike. PBA tour, you have to be more realistic, and you got to be more accurate with your shots. You very rarely get away with a shot on the tour that makes it come back. So if you're talking standards for a PBA bowler that's shooting a 300 game compared to maybe a league bowler, you're maybe looking at maybe tour. I would say maybe 3 or no. I'd say 2 or 3 for the average PBA bowler on the PBA tour. We'll get a 300 compared to your typical league bowler that might get 3 or 4 in a season.
So, I am dead serious. Once the dugout of Millwood gets back to going, and yes, I know I'm live right now, so I am saying this, and so you have me on recording. The dugout of Millwood will give you 4 years to get ready, and then we'll put up the sponsorship, along with Mama Patch, Data Patch, chipping in $1 each. $1 each. That's all they have to do. That gets them full access to you. Otherwise, they can go party, because they're not going to have you for a while.
Well,
Okay.
I gotta make sure I get the time off from work too to go bowl the event.
Don't worry, we'll take care of your salary. Don't worry about that.
All right.
I
75
don't
a
have
year.
many short things in life when it comes to people, and I can pick talent in sports. I have a few kids who are watching in the sports world. Two of them, I think, have an actual shot of going somewhere, but so do a million other kids in this world. However, for those of you who don't know, the Patchman has defied the odds when it comes to bowling. The Patchman doesn't see the full field. He only sees it one eye, and he's that good.
Well,
For those of my friends out there, and Sports Illustrated is not a sponsor, and I know one of you are watching because you just told me. I want an article done on him. You owe me. There's my favor. I called it in. Now I'll wait for him to go curse me out for doing that live and put him in position, but
that's your beef between you two. That doesn't involve me.
Has nothing to do with you. This all has to do with me. Why do you think I'm talking about it? Because I know he's there watching.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say toot my own horn, but for the fans out there listening, I am blind, legally blind in my left eye, complete blackness on the left side of my well, not my eyes, but my left eyeball, completely blind. Don't see out of it at all. I'm a lefty. So put two and two together, it's kind of hard to hit your mark.
And to be perfect in bowling, mind you, I was never a very good bowler. If I bowled my weight, I had a good game. And that's when I was weighing around 150. Okay? Since my back injury, I haven't picked up a bowling ball in a long time, and there's good reason for that.
Trying to reach those fans out there. You get the focus.
But I'm highlighting the Patchman because not only on the Sports Insanity Network and not only in my lifetime, I've come across and have had the pleasure of watching a lot of different sports and a lot of different levels of it being played. And I've watched the disability tours, many of sports, Special Olympics and stuff like that. You can't tell me out there is someone like you in bowling exactly like you.
There might be a few
that you know of.
That I don't know of. Oh no, actually I know there's a few bowlers that I know that are visually impaired in a few eyes.
Okay.
That are in my area.
But it's not something you come across. This is not something what you come across commonly. What the Patchman has done, what Lawrence has done, I'm sorry, let's call him by his real name. Lawrence Lang. Sorry, you're getting called out. You're getting called out. Has done in the bowling world is nothing short of a superpower. And that's how I'm going to put it. The old ops guy's superpower is never being in the red once in the baseball card business. Yeah, I have a hard time believing it myself, but it's actually
I would knock on your headboard right now just to be safe.
No, it's not going to happen because I'm not a frivolous spender, as Ted Straker just said to me, you're a moron. Now let's just see if he's watching. No, I've been a very good baseball card appraiser and dealer for the better part of my life, and I enjoy it. The baseball card market is nothing like it ever used to be, and it's a lot of fun. And those of you out there watching and want card appraisals done, want recommendations done, the old ops guy does this and is one of the best at it. Yes, I'm tooting my own horn. But I have customers literally, and I ain't kidding, all around the world. Not that I'll hear from a lot of them every year, but I still have people who I connect with in Japan on an occasion looking for stuff. And let me tell you, you want to watch something interesting? Watch a baseball card break where a case is $24,000 and one guy buys it. No, it was not me. I'm not that stupid. And watch a one guy lose $20,000 in less than 20 minutes. However, goes in and buys another case and then makes double. That's what that's the excitement. You want to watch a TikTok? Go ahead, watch 10, 15 seconds of a video. You want to watch an adventure? Watch a baseball card break.
Side note, Travis Etienne tweeted out that he played against himself in fantasy today.
Yeah, you have to love that. With the NFL changing its gambling rules, the only way for these players to have fun is they got to draft themselves in fantasy football. The biggest joke in sports world today. There you go, Jake. The biggest joke in the fantasy sports world today is players getting suspended for betting on sports when they're not even betting on their own sport or has anything to do with them. But every other commercial, as it's been pointed out, is gambling, whether it's DraftKings, FanDuel, Caesars, MGM. And we're worried about the world as it is, about players sitting in their locker room betting on whether Pete Alonso is going to hit a home run to the ouch. Whether Pete Alonso is going to hit a home run in the game at 8-1 odds, even though I would take that bet. But an NFL wide receiver can't make that bet if he's in Honolulu. Come on. Give me a current hockey player. God, Sidney Crosby can't bet on LeBron James to have 10 rebounds.
Listen,
sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I said this. You just don't find a way to make sure it goes public. Have a not to say people don't have a burner phone, but have a burner phone and text your friends to say, hey, go put X amount of money on.
Exactly. But even if it's ever linked back to them, even if they have someone fly out 10 states because he gave them $1,000 to go bet on whether
Florida beats
Julio
Alabama.
Jones decides to make a comeback or not. Actually, that would be more of a conspiracy theory. Whether Brock Purdy goes 17-0 and bets it today should not be considered a problem 17 games from now. He can't tell me what's going to happen 17 games from now. Unless the entire NFL tanked, and that's a different story. He's got him. Touchdown!
All right, don't make
Turpin the
floater.
whole way. Nice pass by Dak Prescott. I like to see how Turpin got that wide open personally. We're going to see it right now. He's lined up in the slot. Oh, forget it. There was no opportunity. What a perfect pass, too.
Oh, blew right through the middle.
Yeah. Nobody had him. Dak Prescott knew where he was throwing the ball the moment it was snapped. Kevontae Turpin has become such a multi-positional player. From, mind you, this is a kid who was the best XFLer 2 years ago, and was picked up by Dallas. This is to show you why the XFL needs to be better than it is. The USFL is to give these guys a chance of being noticed. There is no real minor leagues for the NFL.
Well, hey, the two leagues are going to merge together, so.
Right. But I'm just saying, there is no minor leagues for the NFL. There's minor leagues for the NBA. It's got the G League. Baseball has got its minor league teams. Hockey even has minor leagues. NFL has practice squads. That says something about how tough it is to make it into the NFL than other sports. No offense to NBA, MLB, NHL. And I don't know if you agree with me on that, Patch.
I agree. There has to be some form of minor league system for the NFL.
Because it's a 17-game season now. You got one bye week, and a lot of teams have already had their bye, which means they're playing the next 13 weeks straight, where teams are getting rests at 8, 9, and 10 weeks and going to get fresh players. There has to be a universal agreement, and I believe it's something that is going to be brought up on bye weeks, that they're going to have to start after halfway through the season starting next year, which I think will be a big benefit to the NFL.
Honestly, I'd rather see the NFL do, what do we have, 17 weeks of football now?
Yes.
So I would say week 8, depending on week 9, everybody's off. Or you give everyone the same bye week, week 9, everyone's off, no football. Then week 10, run out the rest of the year. You give everyone the same bye week.
You only made one person happy in this world. That's my wife sitting next to me with that statement. She actually enjoyed that. My wife is not a fan of football. She tolerates it, not very well, but not a fan of football is my wife. So you saying everybody gets a week off and there'll be a week without football, it's music to her ears. However, I do torture her when football's over. I count down the weeks till it's back. However, this year's baseball season was a big letdown on a lot of fronts. That being said, it's going to be a much better 2024 season.
Mets fans say that every year, and then they get disappointed again.
If Mets fans said every year that 2024 was going to be the best season every year, then Doc Brown we're all related to.
Well, then let me rephrase that.
We have seen the future. We know what's coming.
Let me rephrase that. Every year, the Mets fans say, "Oh, it's going to be a better year," and then it starts off well, and then what happens? The Mets implode.
Is that Mets fans or Yankee fans though?
New York baseball fans.
Fair enough. Should not be that open.
Should have been to the house. I need fantasy points here.
His father was a damn good footballer. McCaffrey's father, Ed McCaffrey. Your dad watched him play. He was before your time.
Yeah,
During
your growing up. Yeah, during your growing up phase.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s.
Watching Ed
Got him.
Watching Ed McCaffrey play and watching Ed McCaffrey play and getting to see his son play is awesome. But I think the most awaited NFL offspring will be here within the next couple of years, and that's Marvin Harrison Jr. He is going to be a very big impact on the NFL. He is said to be as good as his father, if not better. And that's hard to put a statement on right now. When you see what Marvin Harrison has done, get to him, get to him, get to him. Who's he throwing to?
Floater.
He wasn't at a... Right. That's what I just said.
What?
He was outside the pocket. I don't know what Collinsworth was talking about, saying they want intentional grounding. He was outside the pocket when he threw the ball.
Oh, right Collinsworth. Here. Oh, Collinsworth. You were doing so well on commentary.
He was out of the pocket. Don't think they're going to try to run it again this time. I watch for George Kittle here. Oh, my God.
Someone dead?
Well, this is gonna be an interesting flag
Unnecessary
because
roughness.
it could be hit on the head. But I have to.
It'll be personal foul then, unnecessary roughness. That's
Roughness, 15 and 15 in the first.
well, it's an automatic
say.
first down.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know about the unsportsmanlike conduct flag, but I saw the flag come out the moment Christian McCaffrey got in the middle of that.
Well, just to
Right
say
there.
that
Right there.
that referee is jacked.
Right there. Not Cedric Wilson. Sorry.
Oh,
Donovan Wilson hits him straight in the head. It's the right call, and I knew it was.
Can't do that.
No. I'm sorry, he could have severely hurt him there. I don't know if it was his intention, and I'm never going to say it was, but to stand over him like that after a hit like that, come on. A little unnecessary. You just gave up 15 yards and a first down, dude. Don't celebrate. There you go, Leighton. I said from the start that this game was going to be a heavy-hitting, dirty game.
Already has.
I don't wish to see anybody come out of it severely hurt. Really don't. He had nowhere to go there. Bottlenecked. So when are you going to be off on a Sunday so you can be on Sunday sideline?
Maybe this Sunday.
Nice.
Maybe.
That means you're off if you thinking maybe.
I am off.
We know you don't call out sick.
Don't call it sick. I have to attend to some personal matters.
You don't have to explain. I was just.
I can explain off air.
Fair enough. Not that you have to explain anything to me. I only pay for the fucking network.
I'm not confirming or deny that.
Deny it. Safe bet.
I strongly deny that statement. Oh.
This San Francisco offense is just hard hitting. Whether they can come at you with the run, come at you with the pass, it hasn't been blowing up the numbers. I'll tell you this right now. The Dallas defense is doing the best it can. If this is not the Dallas defense, this is a 40-0 game. Nice run.
Come on, Purdy. I need a touchdown here.
I don't.
Sorry, man. As
Look,
much as I want to see the Cowboys win, fantasy is more important.
Look, here's how I look at this. If San Francisco does happen to go in here, whether it's for 3 or 7, Dallas will have a chance with the ball, provided there's time left back on the clock. They can get 3 or 7 in return. They get the ball back in the second half. So, there is a glimmer of hope. Down to the 1. I was about to say, there you go, Patch, but got stopped.
Well, no, that means they're going to run to McCaffrey now.
100%. They give it to anybody else, I'd be very surprised.
Either that or it's going to be a rollout to the left or to the right.
It'll get to another one. I'll be even more pissed because I started, what's his name over him? Dalton Schultz. Because I don't like playing anybody against Dallas. I don't have to.
Well, McCaffrey's in the backfield.
Touchdown. He's over. Come on. They all could have gotten out of the way and just pretty much put up on the scoreboard, we're giving it to McCaffrey. There is nobody else who's getting the ball at that time. I'm sorry. There's a flag, but it's going against San Francisco? Or am I looking at the wrong side of the field? All right, McCaffrey's in. Ball's over. He's in.
Well, did the foul?
What's the flag? Missing something. Oh, there. On the kickoff. Dallas got lucky that it wasn't offsetting penalties, but now, no, that's not considered I don't know. Is that considered one of the two he's allowed? Or if he gets nailed one more time, he's out or no?
No, it's on. That's the first one. If he gets another one like that, he's out of the game, just like with your player.
Right. Again, I do not respect what Wilson did to McCaffrey on that play. Sorry.
Well, the helmet's a bang bang play.
Yeah,
So
but standing over him is more.
Yeah, no, standing over him is not acceptable.
Kind of reminds me, what was it? Pittsburgh, Juju Smith-Schuster after doing that to Burfitt?
Yep.
This isn't. I understand that it's all attitude on the field. You still got to remember who your audience is. And plays like that are not going to make you well liked in the NFL. Oh. Wow, I didn't see that until now. Yeah, well, I feel bad for the Carolina Panthers. Look, Bryce Young is getting any rookie treatment that any rookie sees. Going on a weak team with the top pick and not winning a game yet in your first 5 games. He wants to get that win in so he can move on with his season. Obviously, CJ Stroud has been able to say he's won a game. Anthony Richardson has won a game. So he wants to get this in. Starting off 0-5 was not part of the Panthers' plan. I don't think it's part of any team's plan, and all fair and love and war.
Unless you're the Giants, you're kind of used to that by now.
Well, see, if you want to look at last season, I admired what Brian Dable did. He really did a great job. Fast forward to this year, knowing you had the success you did, they did nothing to improve that team. I mean, not like they had the draft picks to do it. And that's more of a joke because they did. But Giants fans made their dismay noticed when the Giants drafted Daniel Jones. They all did. And then here we are. Giants fans know when they draft a player if they're going to be good or not. They cheered they're going to have success. When they got Saquon was great his first 2 years. Him and Odell, I mean, I thought that was a Super Bowl team possibility. And then things crumble as they do in Giant world. Hashtag Bill Murphy is a Giants fan.
Listen, makes for good content on the Sports Insanity podcast when he starts ranting. It's hilarious.
Yes, our rants are legendary.
Everyone's rants here are legendary.
Listening on doing Monday nights, rants are legendary.
Rants are legendary.
Especially when they end up going nowhere.
Well, yes. Oh, that ball wasn't
Many
going out of bounds.
SIP had a 20-minute block in it where we did not know what was going on.
It's more funny that I think I'm the one that has the least amount of rants on the network.
No, Dan.
Yeah, I mean,
Dan is less than you. Come on.
I didn't think
Dan is
about
not
it.
as outspoken as you. I'm not saying you have 50 times more than he does, but I think Dan is a little bit less than you.
I think me and Dan are equal in rants because me and him both very rarely go on tangents.
Now, because you guys don't get the opportunity to speak enough to do it. Ooh, hit at SIP.
I plead the fifth on that one.
Sorry, Your Honor, I don't recall.
Oh, Dak get his fingers looked at.
Oh, please. Bleed, pull off the finger, cut it off. I don't care.
Screw it. Throw it left-handed.
That's what I would say. I don't care. You getting paid $50 million? I don't care. You come out there with one hand and you're bleeding all over the field. And you have COVID. You still play. Yes, that went live.
Minus the last part. I think you can't play if you have that.
Yeah, I know. That went live.
That's funny.
Old Ops Guy, hashtag Old Ops Guy says what he feels.
Hashtag old man. Old man yells at clouds sometimes and doesn't think.
Hashtag we are at the 2-minute warning and my kids are finally asleep and we're going to let them sleep. So we are going to cut short.
That is fine.
I am starting to get a little bit wild in my own speech, and even I have to be tapped out once in a while. But let me all rest assured that the Sports Insanity Network is not like this every week. Come and check us out during our live shows on Sunday mornings for the Sunday Sideline Report. Be sure to tune in for Batters Up, the Face Turn, Wishbone, Shotgun. And once in a while, you'll see this handsome guy show up and give you some good wrestling talk. That being said, I am Mark Old Ops Guy Halpern, along with President Lawrence Patchman Lang, here for the Sports Insanity Network, sponsored by the Dugout of Millwood, which is actually a real store, so don't even think it's not. Tune in to us at www.thesportsinsanitynetwork.com for our blogs, vlogs, and to take a line out of nobody, planes, trains, and automobiles. And signing off with, we'll catch you on the flip side. Patchman, anything?
In the words of Mike the Punmaster Rifkin, namaste.